Hi, I'm Eve and I'm joined in the studio here with my friend Nikki, and we're going to be doing a look today that I often do on brides. It's got lots of gold tones in it, which is really nice and warming, but today we're going to jazz it up a little bit and go a little bit darker because this afternoon Nikki's got a photo shoot and she'll want something a bit more dramatic on her eyes. I'm going to start with this really nice light gold, and I'm going to be putting this in the inner corner of Nikki's eye. We're actually going to be using a range of golden tones, and we're going to start the inner eye and get darker as we work across the eye to the outer eye. Now taking one of my favourite golden tones, we're going to put this right across the centre of the eye, blending into that first colour and blending outwards to the edge of the eye. So, taking a really dark brown, this is Bron and it's by MAC again. I'm going to ask Nikki to look straight ahead for me. This means that I can really see where the crease of the eye is here. And I'm going to start on the outer corner and bring this across. Once I've got my colour on, I want to start blending it in. So I'm going to take my blending brush, keeping Nikki's eye open, looking straight ahead. Just going to start blending that into the crease. So again, going back to my palette, I'm going to take the same brown colour I've used at the side of Nikki's eye, and I'm going to just drag that under the eye. Looking up for me, Nikki, that's lovely. So just bringing it into the outer third of the eye, and that just really draws in the whole look together there beautifully. That's lovely. So now we're going to put on some eyeliner. I'm going to ask Nikki to look straight ahead. And that means that I can take a line here at the side. I'm taking this line from this lower lash line, and that's how I get the correct angle on the eyeliner. Once I'm happy with my angle, I ask her to look downwards, and then I draw this across, bringing it right across into the centre of the eye. Might want to go back over it a couple of times to make sure you've got a really nice straight line. There we go, that's looking really nice now. Once I'm happy with that, I go to the inner corner of Nikki's eye. There we go, so I'm really happy with that. So now we're going to move on to mascara. Now for hygiene reasons, I always use a disposable mascara wand. So just giving the lashes a little wiggle under there, and if you just look upwards, get those little lower lashes there. Great, so I'm really happy with that. Now we're going to move into putting on some false eyelashes. So here I have my lashes here, and I'm also going to need some duo glues, the temporary glue, especially for putting on eyelashes, and I'll also need some tweezers to put them on with. So I'm going to start by taking a lash off with my tweezers. I'm going to take the little end of the lash and dip it into the glue. The reason that these eyelashes are so comfortable is because they're actually sitting on Nikki's lashes rather than a strip lash that would sit on the skin. Lovely, that's the last one. So now we're just going to do exactly the same on the other eye to even her out, and then we're going to move on to doing some foundation. Now I'm working this colour up in very fine layers. Just putting it where I need it. So first of all, I'm just doing one nice even coat over the whole face. And then I'm having a look. Where else needs a bit of coverage? We're going to put a little bit more just around the eyes and over the cheeks. So I'm going to take one of the concealers now. I'm going to put a little tiny touch here. A little touch here. Really does have lovely skin. There's very little work for me to do here at all. So this is one of my favourite powders, and the reason I love it so much is because it's got absolutely no shimmer. Now in natural daylight, shimmer is a wonderful thing. But as soon as you're going to be photographed, suddenly the extra light that the flash gives on a camera is going to make that shimmer sparkle so much, it's going to make you look like you're a little bit sweaty. So I'm really happy with that now. The skin's looking really nice and matte. So now we're going to move on to putting some bronzers and some blushes on. So we're going to pop this bronzer where the sun would naturally catch you, and that's just the top of the cheekbones. And the top of the temples here. These areas of the face just stick out slightly, and that's why you'd always get a little bit more colour on these areas. I'm using two blusher colours. I'm going to be using one over the whole cheek area, and then I'm going to be using a slightly brighter tone, which will just create a pop of colour over the apple of the cheek side. So again, just starting at the apple and lightly bringing it out and up the cheekbone there. So, a little pop of colour onto the cheeks. So, only two things left to go. One's eyebrows and one's lip. So this is called a Brow Wiz, and it's basically just a little eyebrow pencil. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do lots of very, very delicate lines. And just keeping lots of very small lines to keep it looking nice and natural. Okay, great, so I'm really happy with that. So now we're just going to move on to the lips. I'm going to start by putting on a lip liner. So the trick is to fill in around the lips, but also to fill the whole lip area, and this creates a really amazing base for your lipstick. Lip liners have got quite a waxy texture to them, and this really grips onto the lip and gives your lipstick something to sit onto, meaning it will last you so much longer. There we go, just filling in that whole lip, because that's creating a really good base for our lipstick. So there we go, that's looking really lovely now. So now just moving on to our lipstick. This is quite a purpley pink. I particularly love this colour. And just blend that into the corners. Perfect. So that is our look finished.